Worked with your friend Bibi. He's a good man. He's in there fighting. He's fighting. You know, they're trying to put him in jail on top of everything else. How about that? He's nuts. He's a war hero because we work together. He's a war hero. I guess I am too. Yep. Nobody cares, but I am too. I mean, I sent those planes.
The man you just heard from is desperately seeking a Nobel Peace Prize. Yes, President Donald Trump declared that despite the ongoing genocidal campaign in Gaza, he and Netanyahu are war heroes. War heroes. There's currently a warrant by the International Criminal Court for Netanyahu because of the war crimes he's committing, but he's a war hero, okay. Now, he made these remarks during a call-in Hasbara sesh with neocon Mark Levin. And so Netanyahu did seize on that clip. He uploaded it to his X page, and here's what that looks like.
Worked with your friend Bibi. He's a good man. He's in there fighting. He's fighting. You know, they're trying to put him in jail on top of everything else. How about that? He's nuts. He's a war hero. Because we work together. He's a war hero. I guess I am too. Yep. Nobody cares, but I am too. I mean, I sent those planes.
Wow, great. It's great when the United States president steals American money and funnels it over to a foreign government that's committing atrocities and a genocide in the Gaza Strip. It's great when the statements of the American president can be used for propagandistic purposes by the individual who is wanted by the International Criminal Court for the war crimes he's committing. It's just all wonderful. It's all fine and dandy. Wow. This isn't a stain on America's reputation at all. Now, on the heels of what can only be described as the sloppiest cover-up of the Epstein files imaginable, Trump has suddenly become comically subservient to Netanyahu and the foreign country of Israel. And that includes tripling down his support for anything this precious war criminal Netanyahu wants to do, especially in recent weeks. So what about the American people? Let's actually take a step back, because Trump is not a representative of the sentiments that American people are currently feeling toward the country of Israel, the government of Israel. And it turns out that the American people are actually moving farther and farther away from supporting Netanyahu. So in July, Gallup revealed the following: Netanyahu rated unfavorably by majority of Americans for the first time, okay? And it might have something to do with, this.
The few American doctors here are doing what they can to help Palestinian medical staff. A photo above Zainab's cot reads, "Zainab the Queen." She suffers from a condition that means she needs special baby formula. Foreign doctors saying any formula they bring with them is confiscated by Israeli authorities, part of a wider 5-month blockade of the Strip. Images of skeletal Palestinian children like Zainab sparking outrage around the world, but Israel is casting doubt on claims of famine.
Yeah, it turns out starving people to death, especially children, not a good look on the international stage. People are gonna kind of turn on you, and that's what's been happening in the United States as it pertains to American perception toward Netanyahu. And why don't we take a look at the results of that polling that I had just referenced? Because this chart will show you that, favorability for Netanyahu has been dropping considerably. So Gallup has been asking Americans how they feel about Netanyahu dating back to 1997. The green line represents Americans with a favorable opinion of Netanyahu. The orange line represents unfavorable, and the gray dotted line represents no opinion at all. Okay, so if you look at this chart, you'll see that historically more Americans have viewed Netanyahu favorably than unfavorably. But that changed, and it changed around 2021. So the amazing thing is that Donald Trump very clearly knows how a massive portion of his own base feels about Netanyahu, the Israeli government, and what's currently transpiring in the Gaza Strip. And they don't like it. To their credit, they don't like it, and they are vocal about it. In fact, Trump even acknowledged this during his Hasbara session with Levin. So let's hear that portion.
Thank you for what you're doing, really for Israel, quite frankly, and your support of the state of Israel. There's a lot of A lot of Israel hatred and anti-Semitism and all the rest of this stuff swirling around, and you stand there and you fight it. So God bless you, my friend, and you are my friend.
We are, but so do you fight it. Nobody like you. And you and Sean and a few people. It's not a huge group of people because it seems to be heading in the wrong direction in many ways, but in the end, we win.
Now, it's understandable why some conservatives are rejecting what Israel's government is doing. Number one, they believe in humanity, thank God. But sadly, according to Gallup, the majority are still on board, likely due to the media bubbles they exist in. So if you're watching, for instance, the Fox News channel, Fox News, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch, a huge supporter of Israel, you're gonna get one side of the story and one side only. And you're very likely gonna be supportive of what's happening in Gaza. You're not gonna see the images of the starving children or the aftermath of the Israeli bombardments. You're not gonna get an analysis of how much American taxpayers are shelling out to bankroll this ongoing genocide. You're not gonna get that side of the story. So, according to Gallup, again, the majority of Republicans are still on board. 2/3 of Republicans, 67%, now have a favorable opinion of Netanyahu, compared with 19% of independents and 9% of Democrats. While Republicans have held a consistently more favorable opinion of Netanyahu than Democrats and independents throughout the trend, the current 58-point party gap happens to be the largest. And here's another important chart to look at from Gallup. Let's put it up and I'll tell you what you're looking at. So this is support for Israel's military action in Gaza by party ID. As of July, only 8% of Democrats approve of Israel's actions in Gaza, and only 25% of independents feel the same. Both of those percentages have dropped drastically since October of 2023. Yet as of July, the same amount of Republicans approve of Israel's genocide in Gaza as they did almost 2 years ago. 71%. Though many Americans still support Netanyahu and the genocide that he is currently conducting, independents are turning away from Israel in pretty huge numbers, and that should give us some hope. Meanwhile, the man who Trump calls a war hero is continuing to slaughter innocent people. Dropsite News reported this just today. This is from this morning. The Ministry of Health recorded 58 people killed over the past 24 hours, including 22 while seeking aid. 3 more people died due to starvation. In total, Israel has killed at least, and again, I want to reiterate, this is an undercount, 62,122 Palestinians and injured 156,758 since October 7th, 2023, according to the Ministry of Health. The Ministry of Health is unable to access the Palestinian bodies that remain trapped under the rubble. If you see aerial images of the Gaza Strip, you'll notice that it is almost completely leveled. Every single building has been bombed. And so who knows what the actual death toll really is? I am horrified to find out, but one day we will. And that day, when that day comes, we should pay very close attention to what the talking points are by the Israeli government and its defenders here in the United States. What kind of story are they gonna spin to justify the mass slaughter of innocents in the Gaza Strip as Israel takes that land for themselves?
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.